Good morning. I came into my office to do a little writing today, and it is the Broderable Art Fair. Look how long my beard is. And my office is in Broderable, which is like an artsy area of Indianapolis. So there was like no parking, and I turned my air conditioning off when I left yesterday because I didn't want to like have to pay. So I didn't think I was going to be in here all weekend long. So I was like, just turn it off and I'll just turn it back on Monday, which I know is stupid because it's just smarter to keep it at a certain temperature. I understand that, but it's like 4 days I wasn't going to be. So I'm like, what did I do? It's so hot in here. So now I'm here. I forgot to get coffee. I just brought a bottle of water. So I'm getting ready to go get coffee, and then I'm gonna go to some bookstores, and that's gonna be my day today. That's going to be my day today. What's going to be your day today? Peter Monn vlogs, the musical. That'd be so funny. Oh my God, if I got a musical out of this. I'm still like 5 years old where I think I'm gonna be like a movie star and have my own TV show and all that kind of stuff. Do you ever think that way? You're like, well, when I win my Oscar, that would be cool though. I wish somebody would call me up and be like, oh my God, we would love for you to be in our sitcom, or we would love for you to be in our movie. I would be like, oh my God. Just even as like a character role for like 2 sentences, I would die. So if you're a movie producer out there, put me in your movie. I love when you hear like the stories of like really normal people that like do parts in movies. Like, do you remember that movie a couple years ago about New Orleans, where the guy was like found to be on it, and he was like to be in it, that Beasts of a Southern Wild or something. I can't remember what the movie is called. It was really intense. But then the guy that was on that movie with Captain something, do you remember what I'm talking about? And the guy that was like found to be in that movie, and then he was like up for an Oscar. I love when people like are discovered like that, to just be in random movies. It proves that your dreams can still come true years later, right? You don't have to have been a movie star at 20. So who knows? Maybe 5 years from now I'll be like the biggest movie star in the world. And you guys will be looking back on this vlog and being like, oh my God, that's so funny because he said it then. Dreams do come true. I really do believe that. Alright, I'm going to go out into the craziness that is the art fair and try to get to my car. I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Hello! I can't even remember what the last thing I filmed today was, or did I even film anything today, is the question. I did film in my office, didn't I? For a little bit. And then did I film after that? I think I did. But this will probably be a short vlog today because I have 2 hours left of my audiobook and I want to listen to it. And I just left Tanya's house and her son was there and we were showing him the videos that we had done together. He's there with his girlfriend and they're moving to Florida. And Tanya had a fire going outside. She's like this big like bonfire, and she had this fire going outside. And I say this every year, and I like my legs were getting eaten alive, and I literally have like chigger bites now all over my legs. Not mosquito bites, chigger bites. There's a difference. But welcome to summer. I love summer. I just love everything about it. And tomorrow is the race, so when you're watching this, it will have been, the race will probably be over, and we'll have it's the 101st running of the Indianapolis 500. And Alex is he's driving down there with Melissa, and then he's going to try to Uber it home. I'm like, there is no way. And it's supposed to pour down rain tomorrow. So there's like all these, like people are talking about, is it going to be canceled? Is it not going to be canceled? Do you think that like as much as I could care less about the race, that why have I talked about it so much, right? But anyway, and I'm going to get up and I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. All these people are commenting on my mukbang videos. Like, to be honest with you, I'm getting like so many people that are really like supportive of them and they say they really like them. But I'm getting a few, I shouldn't say so many. I'm getting a few comments that people are like, are you doing this? You're gaining so much weight, blah, 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 whatever. I have not gained 1 pound since I've started doing the mukbangs. Not one. Which probably shows how unhealthy I eat. But like today, I did the Subway one and I didn't even finish eating it. So... But can I just tell you that Tanya mentioned the other day that like one of my favorite shows was back on for season 3, which was 60 Days In. I think I've talked about it on here. And I didn't know, and I went and looked it up tonight on, what do you call it? On the cable, to see if it was on. And it's like already like 9 episodes in, and it's in Atlanta this time. And I'm like, oh my God, like it looks so good. I started watching it and I only got like 15 minutes in because then I went over to Tanya's house and Alex went to bed early tonight because he has to be up really early for the race tomorrow. He has to be at Melissa's at like 7:30 in the morning. So I was like, well, I'll just get out of the house and let him rest with the dogs for a little bit. I did not want to go to bed at like 9 o'clock tonight. And so anyway, yeah. And then, what was I saying? But I was watching a little bit of that. And then I was like, oh my God, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. So I'm going to film some videos tomorrow. And then I'm going to put that up. But yeah, I haven't gained any weight, which is like, I guess it's kind of crazy, isn't it? That I haven't, but I'm thankful that I haven't. But I'm also, like, I wanted to do, like, a solid week of doing mukbangs, but I don't know that I'm going to do them all the time. Like, I might do, like, 1 a week, and that'd be my cheat day, like I talked about, you know? Like, I do want to start eating healthier, so... I know it seems like a total contradiction, but I don't really care. I have so much fun doing them, and I really do feel like I'm sitting down and having a meal with you guys if you do watch them. And you know, a lot of people are like, I love you, Peter, but I can't watch your mukbangs. I totally respect that, you know? There are a lot of YouTubers that, like, there's some of their videos that I just really don't enjoy, and I don't watch that. And I try to make so much different content on different channels that you guys kind of find what you like, and you watch what you like, and you don't have to watch it all. I mean, some people, you know, most people that, like, watch the majority of my content watch this channel, and, like, one other one, like my BookTube channel, or this, and my main channel, or this, and my so-called health. A lot of people really like my so-called healthy life channel, which kind of surprises me. I just guess I didn't think that people would really relate to it so much. And it's hard to gauge it because the videos don't get a ton of views. But the people that watch it, you guys that watch it out there that comment on it, you guys are so nice about it. And say it's really helping you. So I'm glad because, like, the daily meditations really help me a lot. I just wish the channel was a little bit more organized as far as, like, into, like, you know, like, I'd have, like, all of my grief videos about into grief and, you know, on a playlist, and I need to go back in there and, like, organize it, but I haven't done that. But I feel pretty solid about what I'm doing with that channel now. For a while, I didn't, you know, like, it was up and down, and I never knew what I was doing with it, but now, like, I just read a meditation every day, and then whatever the lesson is what we talk about, and I really enjoy that. Because honestly, that's really how I live my life. Like, I read the meditations in the morning, or back in the day, I would wait till I got to my office, and before my first client, I would read them. But since I don't go to my office every day anymore, you know, and mostly I'm just going there to write, I don't do that, you know, like, so I read them at home with a cup of coffee on the front porch. My cousin Caroline was texting me tonight asking me if I watched The Handmaid's Tale. Do you guys watch that? She said it's really good. There are so many shows out that I want to see. Twin Peaks, as you're watching this, starts today on Netflix. And then I want to see Strike a Pose, the documentary. It just came out on Netflix. The Keepers, I started watching that. I can't remember what it's called, the documentary, on Netflix. Bloodline comes out. I haven't even finished last season. Orange is the New Black is about to come out. Wentworth is about to come out. Sense8 is already out. I mean, all of these shows that I have, plus all of my TV shows that I had from all of last year that I'm so behind on. I could literally spend a month catching up on all my TV shows and I still wouldn't be caught up. And then the other day, Alex watches Grey's Anatomy.
and he loves it. It's one of his favorite shows. And I've always wanted to watch Grey's Anatomy. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll start Grey's Anatomy. But isn't it like 9 seasons in? I'm a whole season behind on... that was weird. That looked like an alien. I'm a whole season behind on... You guys, that like really spooked me out. Like, I don't even know how to explain. It was like 3 red lights just right there, but like right there. When I come back this way, I'll see it. But How to Get Away with Murder, Jane the Virgin, I'm like a whole season behind on. The Walking Dead, I'm a whole season behind on. Fear the Walking Dead starts again this week, and I have like 6 episodes. I should probably watch that first, so I can keep up with that. I'm back to watching that Return to Amish show. I just can't keep up with all of it. I don't see those lights in the back. I gotta remember where it's at, so when I come back this way I can... Have you guys, has anybody ever seen an alien? Like, seriously, like, true story, seen an alien? When I was in high school, my friend Margaret and I, it was really late at night, and her parents were out of town, and my mom did not care like where I stayed, and I think all my parents knew I was gay, but then we didn't talk about it back then. So like, I stayed at my friend's house, and they thought we were pretty innocent, which sometimes we were. But anyway, so I was staying at my friend Margaret and Michelle's house for the weekend, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and we were going to meet some of our other friends at like Denny's at Castleton, which is like, we lived in Carmel, so this was like a 20-minute drive, and there was a street that we took, and it's like real developed now, but back then it wasn't. It was called Eller Road, and it wasn't developed at all. It was like this long road that took you between like Carmel and Castleton, and like out in the middle of nowhere there was like this clearing on either side. And I remember Margaret, she was sitting in the passenger seat, and we were just like jamming out to music, and she goes, "Peter, look!" And we like both looked up, and I swear, like, I don't really remember what I saw, but we both, like, after it happened, remember that, like, I said, "Oh my God," and we both like went like that, and the next thing we know, we're both looking, and we weren't looking up to the sky. We were both looking at a deer standing in front of the road, and that, like, and I like screeched on the brakes, and this deer just stopped and looked at us, and then kind of just like walked off the road. And Margaret was like, "I thought I saw something in the sky, but we were like looking at the road." And I was like, "Yeah, I thought the same thing." And we were both so freaked about it. Now, the really weird thing about this is a true story. Like, this really happened. I'm going to do my story time, my UFO story time. I'll talk more about it. The really weird thing about it was that, like, we had missing time. Like, when we got to Denny's, our friends were like, "You were supposed to be here like 45 minutes ago." And we weren't like running late or anything. There's more to the story, but it was so weird. And I've had like 3 incidences like that in my life happen, where like I thought I saw something, and then like I didn't see it. And then all of a sudden I'm just like parked, or like I'm just like, that's happened to me on 3 different occasions. But I don't remember what I saw. And, you know, what's interesting is that, like, I've read a lot about aliens and UFOs, and I've listened to Coast to Coast radio and all that kind of stuff. And, like, one of the things they said is that supposedly, like, if there's extraterrestrials here, or, like, they're coming here, that, like, they can do a lot of, like, mind control. So, like, you'll think you saw something, like, they'll, like, forgettings and things like that. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You're probably like, "Peter, you're completely crazy." Well, I don't know what to make of it. Did I see a UFO? Did I not? I don't know. This is where in my head I'm like, should I say what I really think? So what I really think is this. I do think that UFOs I think aliens are already here. I really believe that. I think our government knows about it. I think our government is in communication. I know this sounds completely crazy. Listen, Okay, if tomorrow they discover that there really is a North Pole and there is a Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus and the whole thing has been kept a secret and all this, I mean, I would not be surprised. I believe in anything. I will believe in anything. Like, truly. Like, the world, like, life is too short to not believe in things. Like, my husband is such a non-believer in everything, like nothing. He doesn't believe in psychics, UFOs, he doesn't believe in any of it. And I'm like, why would you want your world to be so small? One of the things that I really, really, really love is like in Ireland and like Scotland, the whole belief of like fairies. Like, I am so like intrigued by all of that. Like, and I don't know why, but like, I'm just really intrigued by all that. Have you guys ever listened to Coast Radio? It's so spooky to listen to late at night. And then they're like, they talk about like shadow people, and like a lot of times it's not just like UFOs and stuff like that, and it's a lot of conspiracies. Like, a lot of it's political conspiracies that I can't really get behind because I don't really understand what they're talking about. But a lot of it is like I don't know, like a lot of it is like shadow people and like soul possession and things like that, which I don't really know if I believe in that or not. Like, I think that scares me a little bit to believe in. But you know, I watch the horror movies where it all happens, so I guess I do believe in some of it. There was just a sign for Bob Evans. Bob Evans down on the farm. So many people have asked me to do a mukbang of Bob Evans because they haven't ever had biscuits and gravy and they don't know what that is. But I'm kind of afraid that, like, if I actually showed you what biscuits and gravy are, if you haven't had them, that you would think they were disgusting. A lot of people think they're disgusting. It's basically just a biscuit, and then you take like gravy sauce, like sausage gravy sauce, and you just pour it all over it. Oh my God, it's so delicious. I haven't been to Bob Evans for a long time. Now, that is kind of a fattening meal. And I always get potatoes, grilled, what are they called? Breakfast potatoes. Not hash browns. I love hash browns too, but I like hash browns with cheese on them. But no, breakfast potatoes, I can't remember what they're called, and a side of bacon, and orange juice and coffee. I mean, you have to have orange juice and coffee, right? When I was a little kid, I always drank apple juice, not orange juice. Isn't that so funny? I loved it. My mom would be like, apple juice or orange juice? And I would be like, apple juice. I loved it. Bob Evans down on the farm. I remember staying at my Aunt Janny and Uncle Marv's farm in the summers, and it would be so hot, and they would have the windows open, and I would walk into the kitchen and it smelled like coffee, and then we would walk outside and go into the barns and stuff like that. That was always so much fun for me. I love summer. Windows open. Aw. Greg Allman died today, you guys. The Allman Brothers. So sad, isn't it? I cannot tell you how many times I've seen the Allman Brothers in concert. I love them. I know it's hard to believe, but back in the day I listened to like Grateful Dead, Allman Brothers, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Marshall Tucker Band, Jerry Garcia Band. Is it the Jerry Garcia Band? Yeah. Who else? Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Neil Young. Seems like a different time. God, everything is like so busy because of the race. It's like crazy. It is like 2 o'clock in the morning, well, 1:30 in the morning, and like everything is packed. Everything. It's like the city becomes alive with the race. Well, listen, you guys, I'm going to get off here so I can have a little bit of a shorter vlog tonight, because I know people are wanting to catch up with that. So Be kind to one another. Love one another a little bit more. Do something fun today you've never done today. Like, go eat a kind of pancake that you've never had before, or go to the grocery store and try something you've never had before. Take a risk, because we're on borrowed time as it is. I love you guys. Bye.